Roseville High senior Lila Heine came to the Capitol complex to help school counselors make the case for hiring more people to help kids.
I've witnessed the most caring people suffer through mental struggles that they couldn't or were too scared to get help with. I've had those close to me tell me they wish they weren't here anymore or that they hate themselves so much they can't look in the mirror.
Minnesota, a state that prides itself on its commitment to public education, is near the bottom of the stack when it comes to the ratio of students to counselors. 533 students per one counselor. Only Michigan and Arizona are worse off in that category. One of the reasons that Representative Kayla Berg of Burnsville ran for office.
Advocating for my son was almost a second job because there were school counselors that were in 3 different campuses, 2 days a week. Like, he didn't get a full-time counselor until high school, and by then it was too late. And there was a lot of damage done and a lot of hard work to do to catch up to where he should have been.
Berg and her fellow lawmakers last session put real money toward this issue, $29 million this year and $35 million next year for school support staff, including nurses, social workers, psychologists, and counselors. But it'll take time to see that money put towards boots on the ground in schools, according to Counselor Callie Moreau.
An amazing amount of money, but it was put in the general education fund, and so the way it gets trickled down to our students maybe doesn't have as great of an impact for those of us who are day-to-day serving as school counselors across the state.
I'm hustling my tail each week, and I'm in front of nearly 600 students every week, doing lessons on, identifying the difference between conflict and bullying, and how to use strategies to recognize growing uncomfortable feelings, and what are strategies to manage that, how to solve conflict with our friends.
A trip across the street from the Capitol to the Senate building was the last stop for Lila and her fellow student advocates.
Student mental health is a really big issue, and I don't think it's talked about enough.
They met with Senator Heather Gustafson to talk about their ask, which isn't about money so much, but making sure that money is spent where it's needed.
Especially if you're dealing with mental health things, it's really scary to talk about, and it was something that I struggled a lot with. But getting more counselors in the schools and making those ratios a lower level so that students are able to make deeper connections with these people it's just so important.
One of the things we heard from the counselors today is that some of the districts have taken this new money and they're using it to replace grant-funded positions, like money they maybe got during COVID that's running out. And so you get the same person and the numbers don't change, but you've got this funding stream. And so, Janet, that's going to be one of the things they're going to talk about. This is not going to be a mandate, but they're trying to get to the recommended amount, which is 250, a ratio of 250 students per counselor. So that's where they're aiming.